Hey, good morning. I want to hit a topic that I say I'm going to talk about. It's going to be on my webpage once that gets up and running. I'm waiting for the business stuff to come through. Um, that's a little nerve wracking for me. I'm not like a natural entrepreneur or anything like that. I've never done anything like this. I'm still have a regular full time job. Not very regular, but it's a full time job. Um, and I just wanted to talk about a little bit of a victory I had with one of my sons who has ADHD, and 99% has ODD. Basically, the doctor just doesn't want to put that label on them, and I really appreciate that, truly. Which is a obedience something disorder. Basically, ADHD and ODD coexist in a lot of people, to include myself. I cannot stand being told what to do, and I know everybody says that, but there's like something inside some of us that literally fights it. And my oldest son absolutely is walking down my path in the sense of the struggles that he has. And as a dad, sometimes you kind of beat yourself up, like, man, my genetics are why you're going to struggle. um, and It's not a great feeling. um, But I can tell you that there's so much more information and knowledge out there that there wasn't before. When we were growing up, if you're in your 30s or 40s, or even in your 20s at this point, um, the awareness wasn't there, and all they would do is just medicate, medicate, medicate. Um, Look, kids with ADHD or ADD or ODD or all these acronyms, um, they're just as awesome and amazing as every other kid. They just have a lot more struggles. Uh, I've lived this life. I've gone unmedicated for 30 something years. I got put on Adderall recently, um, but I only use it when it's necessary. Even though I do struggle all the time with being able to focus and being able to commit to things. I mean, anybody who has ADHD knows you get like those like work paralysis, basically, where you just can't do anything no matter how hard you try. And then there's also moments where you can like hyper focus, and at 11 p.m. you can get 40 tasks done. And no, I'm not talking about every single college student who does the exact same thing. There is something viscerally different about people who have these chemical changes in their brain. Um, I'm not a super smart guy. Uh, I can tell you that when I get those moments, I can create a product that looks like it's been worked on for days or whatever, and I put it together in 30 minutes. I just can focus that well. Um, so I know I see some of that in my oldest son, and I try to remember that kind of thing. But I wanted to share a little bit of a victory for you. So I meant to put this video out a couple of days ago, so it's not quite as fresh to me. But I had some adventures this weekend. I got out and went camping and stuff, and well, this is a secondary thing for me. It's not the only thing I'm doing in my life, and it won't be ever taking priority over my family. Um, so Matthew, my oldest son, um, he woke up and he just was grumpy, and you could just kind of feel the vibe shift. And if you're a parent watching this, and I hope that you are, I hope that I've gained the audience that I'm looking for, which is, young parents, older parents, or younger cats, guys and gals, probably 16, 17 up to infinite age, who struggle with this and may go undiagnosed. And I don't think a diagnosis is necessary. You just can't lean on that because it's a deficiency and it's a real thing. But if you're going to do it, go get it done officially. I don't think it's necessary, though. There are coping mechanisms that we can use without medication, depending on your job and stuff. Um, so he wakes up and he's super frustrated. And of course, I also have all these things, and I get angry. I don't have a peachy clean life, and I didn't have the perfect life growing up. So I have all these things that I think many of us probably have. Um, but he wakes up and he seems edgy, and I'm like, oh no, he's having one of these moments where like the anytime you ask him to do something, he gets angry and frustrated and whatever. I'm like, man, I need to reel this in. So, I took a step back. Thankfully, I had the conscious, the awareness at the moment to realize it was happening and not to overreact. But I was able to stop and get him and just, I was like, hey, buddy, you know, I love you. I want you, we got to restart the day already. Okay. Like, let's take a step back. I'm going to give you a couple extra minutes to figure yourself out. And like parents, I get it. Look, in the morning, you have a school schedule or you guys schedule to go to work. Guys, none of that matters. I'm telling you, your job matters. You need your paycheck. I get it. Yada yada yada. We all are in the same boat, guys. I'm in the military. Okay, the time frame to show up to work is extremely important. But you know what's a lot more important? Your mental health and the mental health of your kids. And I can tell you that growing up, when my dad or my parents would like blow up and be angry at me for like things that I didn't understand or couldn't control, which was like this innate desire to not do what I'm told. I just don't, I can't really speak to that too much more than what it is. Um, but I see that in my son, and I'm so grateful that there's more knowledge out there now, and that I'm hoping that you guys learn some things from this and share it, and pass it along to other people, whether they are diagnosed or undiagnosed, or they have kids and they're trying to figure it out. Um, But so I took a step back and I didn't get angry. I was very calm about it, which is, I'm not perfect. Um, and I gave him a couple extra minutes. Like, whatever that timeline is, that's fictitious, right? That's like, oh, we got to be there at 8:30 because that's when school starts. And I understand the rules, and I'm not saying be a tardy turtle, or whatever the case. But this is kind of where my like whole messaging kind of comes from, the untethered thing. um, the Untethered Adventures concept, the untethered lifestyle, it comes down to this. Those are social norms. Oh, hey, you have to be at school on time. Look, I'm not saying that academically your children do not need to be in school, whether it's public, private, homeschool. And if you're doing homeschool, that's awesome. By the way, that's really it's really a beautiful thing, and I'm proud of you. Um, but yeah, I realized that I just need to reel it back. It's not that big of a deal. And that nothing's as important as making my son feel like he's as important and valuable, and his parents understand that something might be clicking there that we're not grasping on right now. And I'm very grateful that I have all of these issues with him, because for you parents who don't struggle with these things and you feel like your son or daughter does have this, it's challenging, guys, and I'm proud of you for being an awesome parent. um, because it really is hard. It's hard to understand it, especially in the moments. But I was able to reel it back and calm him down, and the rest of he ended up being able to kind of not necessarily completely switch it off, but it got him on the right footing. And instead of previous times where he would spiral and like the morning would just be awful, and then next thing you know, we're getting calls from school or whatever the case. Um, we didn't have to do any of that. Uh, it was amazing. Um, it was a good day, and give myself as a dad a pat on the back, right? And if you're the mom out there, give yourself a pat on the back, or the uncle or the guardian or the big brother or big sister. um, I'm proud of all of you. But if you know somebody that's dealing with this kind of stuff, um, please send them my way, because I deal with it, and I've gotten a lot of new perspective recently that's really helping me understand it better for him and for myself. And I really, really, really want to help other people. ADHD, ODD, parenting in general. I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. I make mistakes all the time. I've made some bad decisions plenty of times. Um, and you got to work as a team in a unit. But yeah, so this was I didn't like schedule this. I don't have 20 pages of footnotes. No drop the links in the bio or anything like that. But I'm proud of you. if you made it this far, I'm proud of you for being a good parent or a good person. I know that these struggles are real, and I acknowledge them, and I acknowledge you and the things you're going through. Um, but it's okay. Keep in mind that wars are won by battles, and many battles are lost before we get to that war. Uh, so just because today wasn't a good day, if you started off on the wrong foot, or tomorrow, or yesterday, do your best. Worry about what's in front of you right now. Surrender yourself, and I'm telling you, we can get through it. Thanks, guys.